Something that I think has negatively impacted a lot of us, it's the need to always be happy, or the outlook that, I always have to feel good. It's not good to feel unhappy or some sort of unwanted emotion. And in living this way, we don't let life flow. We don't let things flow naturally. And if you were to think about like a pipe and not letting it all flow by trying to stop or resist certain things, it would cause problems. That water would get backed up, cause an excess amount of pressure, and eventually something would burst. I think the same is true with us. We try to avoid certain emotions that are, painful or, as I mentioned, unwanted, unfavorable. And in always needing to feel good, we actually make ourselves feel worse. It's what Alan Watts called the backwards law. And it's basically this notion that the harder you try and do something, the more you're going to get the reverse effect. The harder you try to be happy, the more you reinforce that you're not happy. And in living this way, we end up falling into the trap of distracting ourselves when we don't feel something that is pleasurable or, good. And this has negative implications on our mental health through, our reward pathway, shifting our dopamine, our serotonin, all these different neurochemicals in the brain. We end up tampering with that by constantly stimulating that reward pathway, constantly distracting ourselves or stimulating ourselves by trying to always feel good. I think a lot of us have a really hard time sitting with ourselves in difficult emotions. It's not an easy practice. I'm not claiming to act like I have it all figured out, because I'm a human being just like you are. It is hard. And I think it's probably a lot harder nowadays than what it was in the past, because of the accessibility of all of the distractions that we have. Pick your poison. If you want to watch TV, if you want to scroll your phone, if you want to do drugs, if you want to, eat certain foods, if you want to, whatever you want to overconsume or overindulge in, it's there for you. But what if we could actually just allow emotions to be as they are without having to stop them? Not always needing to be happy, but just allowing whatever it is to be there. I think we'd come to something much greater than happiness. We'd come to peace. True inner peace of acceptance, of just being the awareness behind the human experience, of whatever emotion's there, whatever frustration, whatever anger, whatever happiness or joy or any emotion, sadness, grief. It's a lot easier said than done. But this is the path to regulation, because when we're regulated, we can be that container for the experience. We can expand our capacity to be that container rather than living unconsciously from these things, identifying with them, reacting to them. We become the conscious observer of these things rather than the experience itself, if that makes sense. And as I said, it's not easy. It's a practice. It's a practice of just being. By allowing ourselves to be unhappy sometimes. Not to push it away. Not to hold on to it either. Not to feed the unhappiness with more thoughts that are going to drag us down. But to just allow it to be. Just to breathe. to realize that it is just part of the human experience that you are right now. So, if you ever find that you're unhappy or frustrated or sad or whatever, the quickest way out isn't to run away from it, it's actually to experience it. The obstacle is the way, and the only way out is through. You have to let it be there and breathe and be with it and just let it pass. But it has to pass through you, because if you stop it, if you try to stop it, if you try and push it down, it's like that pipe that you try and stop the water flow, you try and put a blockage there, but the water's still running. You're going to cause a lot more issues that way. It's going to burst, it's going to come out in some destructive habits or patterns or something. Let it be. Whatever you resist will persist. So, hope this helps you come back to the human experience and realize that it's not a bad thing to not be okay sometimes. It just means you're human. And the sooner that we can allow ourselves to be human and experience everything that there is by expanding our capacity to experience it through nervous system regulation, the less these things bother us and the easier they do pass through us without significantly impacting our internal state too much or gripping us and dragging us down. Again, you become the conscious observer of it rather than the unconscious person that's reacting to it or being controlled by it. So, come back to yourself. Experience life. Let it be. Hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.